Yeah, I mean, I also, it's not shocked is the wrong word, because they're a good looking team, you know, in what they're doing. But there was a one of those national tournaments like about a month or two before this, maybe even longer. And I think so. I was playing on the British team, and we actually played up against some variation of this Iranian team with some of the same players, and like we were able to beat them in the end. But it was the fact that like I played against them, we were able to win. Very competitive games, pretty fun. And then now we fast forward 2 months, they've got even better. They probably would beat us now, but now they're in the DPC.
Probably. You're not in the DPC, dude.
I'm not playing. Have I tried yet, Moxie? Not yet. Maybe next season.
Ooh, spicy. I like it.
No, I mean, I see Arkosh in NA. They're my inspiration to try and be competitive. I think Arkosh is fueling a lot of, you know, of these 8K, 9K players to think that they could probably be competitive.
That's a bit harsh, but I do get a little bit of action right off the bat. See, Winter Bears went for that sweep with the smoke, and just easy to just burrow strike away.
It's not Shiva on host today, so I thought I'd throw out that one just because I know Cap's in the green room. He heard it and he's probably like, he shuffled a little bit, and that was what I was aiming for.
Man, I tried to have him make a joke the other day, and he's like, I don't think I can say that though, Moxie. I said, it's probably not. I was like, all right, dude. Respect, you know? He loves his Arkosh boys.
Yeah, that's fair play. But no, again, you know, jokes aside, CHILLAX, even though they're looking to become like a more consistent Div 2 team, I still can't really put a favorite because, yeah, it's just how enjoyable Div 2 is outside of maybe like Goon Squad and maybe Chicken Fighters. It does feel like there is like so much competition between these teams. So that I get, it's so refreshing that we're not coming into this going, oh yeah, CHILLAX easy to we're gonna go next, right? So, again, let's see how it starts. They've got their, of course, their Tusk off lane. You know, we've got the Bamba, and I think this last pick, Abaddon, was a really nice pick. The fact that they needed a hero to be able to save the Ember, because their draft has quite a disconnect in how Ember initiates fights, right? Like he's by himself jumping backlines. And if Abba's able to also follow that in and keep him alive, saving him from like, the grip or the lasso, it just unlocks Drow to, you know, poke from behind and never really get jumped. So I overall like this Abaddon last pick, and again, they should just, you know, they connect the pieces, get the early farm, and then get the ball rolling.
I like the spray over there here in the top lane. I think it just sticks of like honey and rock sugar. Is that what it is? This is my BKB.
Okay, maybe I'm just not smart enough.
Yeah, okay, all right. I don't understand the BKB bit, but perhaps, you know, because they are bears, right? So it looks like maybe that's...
They're just trying to attract them? I don't know. I was reading it like the BKB is never bought because it dissolves so quickly. I don't know.
See, that, then you're thinking way too hard, I think, with that.
That's what I...
It's always fun, though. It's always fun to see what they cook up for some of these sprays and whatnot. But yeah. Looks like so far, Batrider, MTD, having a great time in this middle lane here. So in the bottom lane, Lodin, he's going to have to walk away. Shards aren't going to quite connect over onto the Bane, so he'll be able to just heal right back up, make his way over. But yeah, 14-3 right now on the Batrider, and 8-1 over on Bastille.
I just feel bad. There's so much fighting happening in each lane. Everyone's getting brought low but not really dying. So every time you say it's like, oh, is he not going to die? Oh, no, is he going to die? But yeah, you know, early on, it's a lot. Like both of these lineups have pretty good lanes in regards to kill potential. You know, in top lane, you got SK plus Pug and a chip. If Drow's out of position and Abaddon's in there, easily could die. And then, you know, likewise for the other lanes, at bot lane, you've got this, you know, Lil Shredder plus tag team paired into, you know, mid lane Batrider naturally has kill threat at any point if Ember steps up too far. So first blood could happen in any lane, and yeah, just waiting to see where it comes from.
Yeah, I am pretty surprised to see just how slow it's kind of moving, because you do have the potential tag team, of course, being so good early on. But as we say this, bottom lane, Zoom Zigzag is going to be the first blood. So perhaps just a little bit too forward there in positioning the hopeful TP. And we have the Firefly over in the mid lane. Bastille's got 6 stacks. All right, that is an easy solo kill here for MTD.
Yeah, the kills have to come at some point, and there it is. You know, there's the tiny toss back on bot lane, and then like we mentioned, Ember just a little bit too far up, Flame Break back, and then you're going to die. Even if you have Flame Guard up on Ember, it isn't really enough to save you. It's only absorbing, what was it, 85? Level 1, and he's gone 1-2-1 build at Ember, so really not able to soak up that much damage from the Batrider.
That
Has
is
to be careful now.
3-6 too. Like over on MTD, like that isn't even needing, you know, to have that lasso. And he is walking back to base right now. Will have the TP available. He's going to be able to refill his bottle. So definitely looking good here for the side of CHILLAX so far. Now we've definitely seen in the past too, like, you know, we've seen the players over on CHILLAX before, a lot of them, and it seems like, you know, these are seasoned players. What's kind of been missing for them though, T, do you think?
In regards to Winter Bears?
No. In regards to CHILLAX, like, you know, you've seen this team,
okay.
and like, what's kind of keeping them from breaking up here to the higher level? Oh, hold the one thought there.
Hold it,
Yeah, hold it. Holding. Phantasma is gonna just keep putting out some of the harass. But yeah, like we've seen a lot of skirmishing going on in these lanes, not necessarily kills though.
So with CHILLAX, they're a team that has shown some strength within the draft. I think there's been a lot of praise towards MNT and how he's approaching. You know, we've had interviews about his approach to it. I think that's pretty good stuff. But I think just consistency in the kind of the mid to late game is a big issue. Of course, crushing lanes, it's on individual skill, but that cohesion going later. And also, don't want to point any fingers, but unfortunately, Lil Pleb has had some shakier games, often not being able to fully scale in as the carry sometimes, compared to, you know, the likes of, you know, Owned Me on his Sand King Pangoliers and, you know, MTD, you know, popping off from mid lane. So I think there has been a little bit of individual inconsistency, but overall, I think just the team play style, the team drafting has been very strong for Div 2. And I think once they find Lil Pleb the comfort in the team, then I'm sure they'll be able to reach a more competitive spot. Like, again, they are still fighting easily for top 2, top 3 this season.
We saw down in the bottom lane, a little bit of a skirmish, but was able to stay alive here on the Tusk. He ended up using some of those shards to make sure that they couldn't get the final hits off. As Zoom Zigzag is over here in the mid lane, going to try to get a D-ward here, and they do have the lasso up. They'll drag back over onto the Snapfire, and that will be the first lasso used. A little bit of a chase now over on to maybe next time. He's going to be able to get the bounty rune at the very least, but not going to be able to escape Pastille.
Again, we're still, like, you know, it's a 2k lead now for CHILLAX, and a nice little pickup from Ember there to get a kill. But overall, it's just the efficiencies of CHILLAX coming through. You know, Sand King can always farm wave plus jungle. Batrider can always farm mid plus jungle. And that is kind of how you're building up this early lead compared to the side of an underfarmed Ember having to look for the kill. And getting a kill bottom, but still, yeah, this is where we are seeing certain heroes excel in the early game and how that transitions into the fight.
Yeah, and they put a decent amount of pressure over onto Pleb. Although, Kachal, taking a couple hits from this tower, needs to be a bit careful. But, you know, you do have a strong combination, like we said, with the little Shredder, with having the tag team. And as long as you land those shards, it becomes very difficult for someone like a Bane to really get away from those particular moves of aggression. Yeah,
the best thing Lodine can do is just make sure he either sleeps the Tusk before the tag team aura hits him, or he sleeps the Snapfire to prevent the little Shredder coming in. But again, it's about positioning, being in the right place at the right time. Ooh, the Baden gank.
Yeah, we get a little bit of a dive here because Baden making his way to the bottom area. They're trying to just close the gap over here onto Lodi, which they should be able to with that snowball. Shards coming into place, and ooh, he's still alive. You gotta hit him a couple more times. You could tell he did have the brain sap, but eventually they'll collect on the kill. But like we saw in the top lane, the second that they realized Baden had made his way down to this bottom lane, they started pressuring the Drow.
That's a little roller coaster of a kill there.
Own Me?
So I can go for the
Epi. He channeled up with the epicenter. Phantasma is going to fall. Reality trying the best, but does have that burrow strike. Have some of these frost arrows slowing down Own Me, and plus that tumbler toy. I don't think he was expecting that. They need a little bit more vision though. Zoom Zigzag is gonna show up and say, "Yeah, I'll help you secure that kill."
Yoink! That's mine. Thanks, Drow. But no, that was nice stuff from Own Me there. You hate playing Abaddon into Sand in laning phase. You never really push him out of Sandstorm. It's disconnecting the Burrow Strike with Aphotic Shield doesn't feel, it feels good if you're against like Sand Mirana, but against like a Pugna lane. So you can see why the Abaddon moved bottom and then naturally maybe came top a little bit later. But yeah, this is not great. Sand King's going to have a great time. And Drow, still very good start at least. Level 7, 101, 45 CS. Not the worst. But it is a product of the fact that they picked this Abaddon not for punishing the lane, but just for giving them a way to enter the mid game. And they are some big stacks.
There's some big juicy stacks over here, yeah. So own me. I just use that Sandstorm here and help himself.
Yeah, I think MNT's been doing a pretty good job there. I'm sure we saw the graphic earlier, but I think that's pretty much all down to the Pugna.
All right, well, the smoke is going to break as MTD finds himself Zoom Zigzag. Doesn't want to use that lasso, is just going to take a bath in the Firefly, and that is another kill here for MTD. And he's found himself some stacks over here, too, so not only do they have nice stacks on the side of CHILLAX, but Winterbear was making some nice ones that are going to get stolen.
Yeah, you can see how comfortable CHILLAX is in this game, where they've got 3 cores now top net worth, but the way in which they move around the map right now is very fluid. Sand King farming their stacks, like you mentioned, back going for the invasion. They support Pugna, eventually has chipped down this top tower.
Well, that's just going to be a Bane erased immediately, and they started coming in a little bit one by one. But nice avalanche here. They're going to put out some more damage over to Ember. Ember's just going to dip. Rest of the team making their way over. They can see this Drow. They're going to go and be able to hit back, followed with the Burrow Strike, with all of that Firefly. They'll take out Reality, and they're going to go drag it back over here, over onto the Snapfire, but did get saved a little bit, but is he going to be able to make it out? No, he's not, as he'll fall, and so will Phantasma. And the teleports are coming in. They're coming in one at a time. This is not looking great here, as this Avalanche doing a lot of damage to Steal. He's trying to get the damage out too. Snowball coming back in, trying to buy Chakao a little bit of time, but it's a triple kill now for Pleb. I think it might have been even more than that had Bastille not been invisible.
Pastel, he's looking.
Oh yeah, he gets the chains off. He's gonna remnant forward, but the Avalanche was ready for him. Maybe next time says, yeah, maybe next time, dude. You're not getting me this time around.
Smooth. And yeah, ultra kill for
Lil. Oh god, they're still going.
Might even get a rampage.
Phantasma's got the shield on him.
Oh, boo! Boo! Report him. Could have had the 11-minute, 11-second rampage, but Own Me wanted to change that one up.
A little bit more aggression here in the mid lane.
But yeah, CHILLAX, their heroes just beautifully synergized for this early aggression. You break down that laning phase, a quick blink dagger on Sand King, the boots of travel on Batrider, always present, able to enter these fights in this tiny Echo Saber, 1800 HP. Their draft is built to dominate any early defensive objective or get kills with a smoke. And unfortunately for Winterbear, their lineup is a little bit more kind of item orientated. You need your Ember, probably with some maybe Maelstrom into BKB type build. You need your Drow Ranger to have maybe like a Manta Hurricane Pike, just to be able to have that bit of disconnect and kite within her toolkit. And then the other heroes, again, they're enablers. So right now CHILLAX have identified that and are wholeheartedly punishing the lack of Winterbear fight, unless Winterbear is as 5 with Tusk initiating, surprising CHILLAX when they're maybe not in position. But if CHILLAX want to be 4 or 5 heroes, they're going to dominate all these early fights, because again, their draft looks super clean in this early portion of the game.
I think it's also very scary for Reality. Every time he shows up on the map, they do have some really nice ways of being able to jump in towards the back area. Obviously, you've got the Blink, you've got Sand King, you've got all these different ways to kind of make sure that he's not allowed to participate in these fights, as TD is forced to use that haste and get himself away. Maybe next time he's gonna refill him.
Oh, nice little charitable heal up. Thank God we don't see the double Tranquils Pugnas anymore. Oh, I think that was like about 6 months ago, maybe. It was actually maybe even longer. It was way before TI. It was these double Tranquils. You run around Medic Pugna because you have the double regen. Okay, well, there's going to be the lasso as they drag back on the Ember Spirit. Still have the Remnant up, but ooh, the shield from Phantasma. All right, let's go. Yeah, that's a tip moment for sure. Oh, that was so close. That would be like the type of death where you just like Pastel would just be like a massive sigh. I don't want to do this. This is too rough, but okay. Phantasma keeping the vibes high at least. And now for the third time, Winterbear have kind of poked themselves bottom. They've tried this time and time again, only putting this tower at like pretty much like a half HP. And I'm pretty sure CHILLAX are going to want to defend it.
Yeah, the pressure being placed down, and they do manage to find themselves the Tusk right off the bat. But again, it's kind of that meat shield in the front as they do find Zigzag. They already lost maybe next time. Phantasma now running here. The Firefly over here on the bat, right? He's very speedy, right? He's got the boots to travel as well, but is going to be able to escape here on the side of Winterbear. And they still have not managed to take that tower. Just that lasso play again. And look how low he ticks. You see that final hit coming in happen. Oh, we did get to see the last bit. That was the best bit.
No, but that was the tease, you know?
All right. Okay, yeah, here we go.
All right, here we go.
He's at 11 hit points, and then bam! At just the last second, we get that aphotic shield to protect him.
That was clean. That was good. That was good.
All right, well, more pressure being placed on the bottom tower, this time towards the Dire. They've been having difficulty taking buildings here on the side of Winterbear. And I was going to ask, you know, they're smoked up right now. This Tusk has been working towards the Blink Dagger. Is it more worth it just to wait? Oh, as they do find Lodine, though, so that will be a nice, nice helpful kill here for Kachal. He's going to be able to get closer to that Blink Dagger. But is it worth it to just let him get the Blink Dagger and then start making the moves, or is it the timing just too off now?
It's just so difficult because you can see the map and how small it feels, right? You know, vision-wise, CHILLAX have occupied the Dire jungle. There's been 2 aggressive moves from Winterbears that have netted no real kills bottom. And then they're trying to take this tower to open the map. They've now finally moved mid, probably taking this mid tower. It's going to give them a breath of fresh air at least to...
They need another hit.
But it's denied. Oh,
they need just one more hit.
The tower's fallen. That's the important thing, right?
That is,
like,
yes.
The little map looks a bit bigger. But no, that's... You can't really wait for an item like a Blink on this Tusk. An off-lane Tusk, you pick it to try and do well in lane, to snowball, you know, pardon the pun, into the game, and it just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, we get the Nightmare, and the Fiend's Grip has already been used. Zigzag trying to get away. Has a couple stacks of that sticky napalm, though. And it feels like Winterbears, they've just decided we're going to leave Zigzag to just die. We don't want to take this fight. Not here, not now.
And Omi going to catch Drow bottom, maybe? Oh. There was a TP in, but he cancelled it on the bat. Instant smoke. Drow moving to top now instead. But no, this is an 8k lead at, you know, 16 minutes. And this is one of those games where if you want to understand where teams build a lead, it's through not just farming efficiently, but failed moves. When you force your team to group up, as you know, CHILLAX walk in, get a Tusk kill. When you force your team to group up and try and take an objective, and you're spending 1-2 minutes hitting it, and then your opponent isn't using many resources to rebuttal that aggression, that lead is just going to feel so big. And that's exactly what's happened here. And I've already mentioned it a couple of times, but it is so clear that Winterbear's early calls to make these moves in the map unfortunately didn't unlock it enough and quick enough, where CHILLAX have made stacks, defended towers, wiped them at a defensive position, smoked aggressively, got kills. Like, everything that you want to do in a game has gone the way of CHILLAX in the first 17 minutes.
I mean, to be fair, Winterbears did try to make a couple of their own stacks. They just got taken from them, though. They weren't able to capitalize on it. But yeah.
That is very true. Yeah. Very true, yeah. And it was basically on the fact that because Ember got beaten in mid lane, again, Batrider very good in mid against Ember, he wasn't able to quickly take those stacks in the time in which Bat could move over and do it. So again, it's the smaller issues in laning phase, like, just snowballed it out of control. And now Winterbear, they have to try and wait, bide their time, get that Blink on Tusk, maybe get that BKB on Ember Spirit, and then look for one of those plays where CHILLAX overextends, and you can capitalize on some buybacks, some well-positioned fights. So maybe you know, brush off the Fiend's Grip with the Abaddon, or you kind of quickly snowball dodge the lasso or something. But they are going to have to look for misplays from CHILLAX right now to get themselves back into this game, because 10k behind against high magic damage skirmishing heroes will feel very difficult when you're more of a, you know, a right-clicking style lineup, just because you're more, you know, item dependent.
It's pretty scary too, like when you consider the itemization coming out from the side of CHILLAX. Like you've got a Drow Ranger who, you know, she kind of wants to push all these different lanes, move around a bit, but Tiny does have a oh, hold on. I thought we were going to see an epicenter. Looks like they're waiting for the rest of the team to show up. So I do see Zoom Zigzag. Should be an easy pick off here on Snapfire. And now Pleb. Okay, they use the dust. And there's the Avalanche Shards giving a little bit of space, but the blink coming out from Onmi. He's got the Sandstorm. Snowball going forward from Kachala's trying to buy a bit more time. Toss up into the air though. Walrus Punch. It's not going to be enough. It was a valiant effort though.
And how quickly MTD and Lodine cut behind the tier 2 as well. They were hoping to find like a straggler, quick grip and a kill, but no. Winter Bear out. Whew.
I was going to say, though, it's difficult, right? Because the Ember is one of the few people on the team for Winter Bears that can kind of push out these lanes, be in more of a riskier position. But then when you consider the fact that you've got Boots of Travel not only on your Bat Rider, but also on your Sand King, and then you've got the Shadow Blade over on Tiny, it makes it so difficult because he is so, you know, squishy in some respects, right?
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, this is also, yeah, one of those games where the itemization of CHILLAX, like you mentioned, the playstyle, the heroes that they have, it's so good at skirmishing, but then also the counter aggression. If you want to make a play elsewhere, they're going to quickly set up with one hero and take that fight. And it's why, you know, Bane, Sand King are so good. It's because you just enable your team to come in and do the damage.
Me jumping over onto the back lines immediately, like we talked about the cookie hop forward. Snowball buying Reality just a little bit more. They need to close the gap, and they will be able to get the kill on Reality. Then take down Zoom Zigzag. Even though we get some of those kisses on the ground, we'll end up losing Kachal. And now MTD just bouncing back over onto Phantasma. As a whole other fight happens on the other side. The grip comes out, though, holding on to the Ember to toss up into the air. They'll lose Ember, they'll lose Phantasma. It's a team wipe.
Yeah, that was a 2v4 and a 1v3 in which CHILLAX came ahead in both 2v4 and the 3v1, sorry, and they get a Rats.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the first time I've casted 2 team fights happening across the map at the same time.
Oh, I mean, you were talking about top lane. I was like, well, that's a big fight. I looked at bot. I was like, wait a second.
That's a big fight too.
Something at your base. Oh. And one of the big winners of the 15-minute shard is this Tiny. Like when you have a free lane, Echo Saber into Quicksilver Edge, and then you pick up the shard, it just gives you that beautiful entry to the fight. The fact that you don't have to, you know, grab a tree after so many hits is always there. So yeah, I think, yeah, CHILLAX, just really flawless gameplay so far, and always in position to counter any of these smokes. Winter Bear, one Hail Mary smoke left in the tank. They really don't have the damage to get a kill unless they find a single hero by himself. But Lil Pleb, you know, he tanks it. Just the story of the game at this point for Winter Bear. Just unfortunately unable to connect.
Yeah, that dust was just a little bit too late. And even at the same time, I don't even know if you really want to fight that. I guess when you have all your team there, but it still feels very scary for them to engage in that with the Bane nearby. Maybe if it was just the Bane, right? If it was just the Bane, they'd definitely be able to get it. But with Lil Pleb standing in the shadows.
Exactly what they were hoping for. Like the way in which they smoked it was, let's just find a Bane or a Pugner or some maybe Sand King who's out of position, quick kill, then retreat back to our, you know, our tier 3s or our one ancient camp. But no, you can see from how they're kind of hugging each other as well. It's, they really don't want to take an engagement, and CHILLAX, you know, for free, get themselves the Roshan, nice little Aegis. And as long as they don't go too crazy in their aggression, going from Roshan into a tier 2, clean up the next tier 2, move to high ground, don't dive too deep, this should be, you know, a nice closing point to this game. But Winter Bear, again, if you want to have a glimmer of hope, you need to bait CHILLAX into these positions of, hey, come past our tier 3s, tier 4s, come kill the Drow again, please. And then maybe there you can surprise them with some clutch, you know, Aphotic Shields from the Abaddon or a nice little snowball save with a Fortify or something that might help out. But yeah.
I mean, sometimes we see this from the teams that are, you know, ahead. They get a little bit too full of themselves. They think, oh, I could totally dive into that. I could dive into their fountain, and then everything changes back around again. So that's definitely possible. It'll be interesting to see, though, if CHILLAX is indeed as disciplined as they need
You
to
can
be.
see from Lil Pleb hitting this tower, he does not care about the heroes. See, look, this is a simple one right click, hands off keyboard situation. He's not even moving his camera deeper to the map, that's for sure.
Oh, Winterberry gonna try to smoke up and make a play behind, but they do spot them immediately. The Ember getting jumped to oh my god, Zoom Zigzag just erased as he is gonna buy back. Pleb though, that is some power right there in that swing. Yeah, one hit over onto Phantasma, just pops the ulti. They'll take a little nap as they'll wait for that to get over here. See MNT, yeah, that's a double kill. MNT being that little battery, keeping Pleb topped off as MTD makes his way top and is gonna click away over here on these buildings. I don't know how Winterbear goes forward. This Tiny is so scary when he just, yeah, like just like that. And up into the, they used everything on him. Oh my god, all right. Do get the Snapfire Kisses though, so gonna be able to dish out a little of this damage, but that sleeping through over onto Zoom Zigzag is gonna make it so it doesn't do much. The Walrus Punch doesn't do anything. Tal's just melting. All right, they take down Pleb for the first time, but the rest of the team, look at them. They're paying attention to those buildings. So Pleb will just blink away, go right back, and finish off top area. Think about going forward here. Owned me. Sandstorm, a lot of damage. Phantasma just crumbles, as does Pistol. And now Zoom Zigzag. They're just waiting patiently. That's a mighty hit, and the GG gets called. Winter Bears, they realize that they've just lost control of this game, and they're probably ready to go to next.
Whew, yeah, not much to say in that game, but yeah, CHILLAX. Again, we said at the very start, I praised the team on their draft and their style of gameplay, and yeah, it kind of shone through here. They're a team that has been in Division 2 now for this is, I believe, their second tour. They looked okay Tour 1. They have drastically improved moving into